Good morning, students. Hope you all are well. So, today we are going to start our next chapter, that is our respiratory system. So, in the previous chapter, you have already learned that the digestive system means the organs of the digestive system breaks the complex food into its simpler and more soluble form so that we can take the nutrients like the glucose, amino acid, fatty acid, and glycerol from all this food. And now we have to use this food in the form of energy, right? So the food we eat has energy stored in it, and the process of uh, the breakdown of the food molecule and conversion of these molecules into its energy, okay, it's called the respiration. So the process by which the food molecules, mainly the glucose, is broken down in the body cells to release energy, that is the respiration. So during the process, carbon dioxide and water are produced as the waste product and they removed from the body, because waste product also we have to remove from our body, and the energy is stored in mitochondria that is present in the cell as a special molecule, that is ATP. ATP means adenosine triphosphate. Okay, so the energy is stored in mitochondria in the form of ATP. So when the body needs the energy to perform different kind of activities, this ATP molecule supply this energy. So respiration requires, in digestive system also you have seen, it requires lots of enzymes. So in respiration also it requires a series of enzyme control reactions. Okay. So these enzymatic reactions starts in cytoplasm. Where it starts in cytoplasm, but most of the reactions occur in mitochondria. So in respiration, the enzyme control reactions first start in cytoplasm, and then many reactions occur in mitochondria. Okay, so the reactions, let's see the reactions. First is glucose plus the oxygen, which one we are inhaling. So it will convert it into carbon dioxide and water and energy. Okay. So we have mainly two type of respiration: aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. So humans and we and all the higher animals, they generally do this kind of aerobic respiration, and anaerobic respiration generally occur in bacteria, in lower organisms. So in this type of respiration, in which the oxygen is required for the breaking down of food, is called the aerobic respiration. So in aerobic respiration we need oxygen, and without this oxygen this respiration also cannot occur, and the humans cannot live. So oxygen reaches to all body cells through different organs, okay, and the organ system, that is the respiratory system. So glucose in absence of oxygen will convert into lactic acid and energy, but the energy is also less. So absence of oxygen occur in case of anaerobic respiration. Okay, so this type of respiration that occurs without oxygen is called anaerobic respiration. Human muscle cells can respire anaerobically for a short period of time, means it can respire without oxygen for a short period of time, and especially during uh, intensive exercise, when there is a shortage of oxygen supply for energy consumption. So in muscle cells, the glucose is converted into lactic acid. Here you see the reaction. In absence of oxygen, glucose will convert into lactic acid. So if in our muscle cells, or if in human muscles the respiration occur without oxygen, then glucose will convert into lactic acid, and this causes muscle fatigue, means a stiffness and pain in the muscle. You have seen when we are running very fast, then sometimes our muscles of our legs sometimes cramp or fatigue or some pain we feel. So it is due to the accumulation of lactic acid and the no supply of oxygen there. So the organisms such as bacteria and yeast, they generally respire anaerobically.